Broadcasting live from Shibuya, Tokyo. Welcome to English Journal Podcast. During this podcast, we will be using this magazine, English Journal, to talk about global news and culture.
この番組はアルク B 私の英会話リピートークの協力でお送りいたします。はい、イングリッシュジャーナルのおまけポッドキャスト勝手に EJ でございます。この番組は B 私の英会話という英会話スクールを送り込んでくるネイティブ講師 AK 資格と私英語学習中のジュンがイングリッシュジャーナルの最新刊を一冊渡されて15分間でそれについて話すという内容になっております。早速ですが今回の資格は2度目の登場ジュリアさん。
Hi, so I'm Julia. I'm 29 years old and I'm from Israel. Glad to be back.
あれですよね、ジュリアさん、今年の7月号の映画沈黙の会以来でございますけど、お元気でしたでしょうか？
Yeah, I've been doing fine. A little bit busy though.
あれ、ジュリアさんって今普段は何やってらっしゃるんですか？
So I work at B as a lesson partner and I'm also an assistant at Waseda University. Sometimes I review movies and do translation as well. And I'm also looking for a PhD topic at the same time.
じゃあ今修士雇って1回お休みっていう。ちなみにその研究テーマっていうのはどういったところでお探しなんですか？
So I did my MA on old Japanese movies, specifically 1940s, 50s and 60s. And so the main directors were Ozu, Mizoguchi, Kurosawa. And so I used to research about the classical period and also new wave cinema at the same time. And for example, old movies had a lot of elements drawn from No and Kabuki, so I had to research this as well. So basically traditional Japanese theater.
水口とか黒沢とかはクラシカルピリオド。
Yes, usually traditional old cinema before new wave cinema came out in Japan.
ニューウェーブシネマっていうのは何年代ぐらいのことなんですか？
I think usually it's this period from 60s to 70s, maybe a little bit of 80s as well, but not so much. So new wave cinema originated from France because that was like a big, huge movement. It's like there were a lot of things going on in the world, like sexual revolution and new music genre. So a lot of things were happening in cinema as well. So, and Japan wanted sort of to maybe not imitate, but adapt to the sort of cinematic values in the world. So they wanted to create something new, completely different from classical period.
さすが映画ライター感ありますね。私日本人ですけども恥ずかしながらその水口健二全然見れてないですし、黒沢映画も正直日本語字幕つけないと何言ってるかよくわからないレベルっていう。
So for example, if we take Kurosawa, he was inspired by traditional Japanese theater, No and Kabuki. So if we take Kumonosujo, so one of his movies as an example, so originally it's Shakespeare's adaptation, and Kurosawa actually had a lot of Shakespeare's adaptations in his career, which is an amazing thing. And the difference is the period of time. So in Shakespeare, it's Scotland, medieval Scotland, but in Kurosawa's version, it's medieval Japan.
何でしたっけシェイクスピアのあれですよね。あれ。
Macbeth.
いやそう思ってましたよ。
Yeah, it's Japanese versions of Shakespeare's Macbeth. So the plot, the original Shakespeare's plot of the movie. So Scottish General Macbeth receives a prophecy from three witches, and that one day he will become the king of Scotland. Consumed by ambition and greed, he kills the King Duncan and takes the Scottish throne for himself. And the Japanese version basically dates back to Sengoku era, and with the same plot.
そのシェイクスピアの四大悲劇っていうとすごい高尚な感じがしますけど、マクベスのストーリーはあれマクベスさんってバカかなっていう B 級ホラー感すら漂いますよね。この話って蜘蛛の巣城以外にも今まで何回か映画化されてますよね。
There are plenty of film adaptations, so there's Orson Welles and Roman Polanski version as well, and there's one more 2015 version by Michael Fassbender, I think.
主演がね、はい。僕その2015年版を見ましたね。蜘蛛の巣城を見た後に2015年版のマイケル・ファスベンダーとマリオン・コティアールが出てるやつ2つ続けてみたらすごい同じお話なのにもう全然表現方法が違って面白かったですね。
So which one did you like?
日本人だからなのかもしれないですけど黒澤明版の方が好きかもしれないですね。どっちも作品の見どころの一つとしてマクベスの妻がマクベスを叱咤してその王を殺させるシーンがあるじゃないですか。そのマクベスが王様の暗殺前に怖いよみたいな、王様殺すの怖いよ、やっぱやめたいよってうじうじしますよね。基本マクベスは豆腐メンタル設定なんで、そこでそのマクベスの妻が あんた何ビビってんのよ、しっかり殺しきなさいってけしかけるっていう、このくだりは黒沢版も2015年版もすごい面白いんですけど、黒沢版のマクベスの方が妻が怖いんですよね。それこそ能っぽいっていうか、その能面をかぶったかのように無表情で、マリオン・コティアール側はもうどちらかというとセクシー怖いみたいな感じなんですけど、その黒沢版のその能独特のその生と動の緩急というか、それがすごい不気味で面白かったですね。
Yeah, I think the same. Like she was very, very scary. As in Kurosawa's versions, the wife was really scary, and the traditional elements of Noh and so the traditional theaters made her scary, but also there were a couple of plot variations, I think. So she did a lot more things in Kurosawa's versions than in other adaptations. Yeah, and there is also this famous opening scene in Kurosawa's movie, so the fog scene.
はいはい、霧表現。
Yeah, well, as you know, Kurosawa was a perfectionist, so he wanted to make everything real and dramatic. So they didn't use any special elements or visual effects in the movie. They actually waited for the real fog to appear near Mountain Fuji, and it took them 3 days to wait for the fog. So everyone had to wait patiently. So that was really amazing in a sense that it was really realistic. He believed in realistic cinema.
オープニング本当に非常に有名で、最初はあれですよね、現代の描写で蜘蛛の巣城跡っていう城跡がカメラで映し出されるんですけど、その後霧がファーってきて、で霧が晴れるとそこにいきなりお城があって、なんかタイムスリップしたんだみたいな、すごいワクワクするオープニングで、なんかいろいろスピルバーグとかもパクったとかパクってないとかみたいなまあ曖昧なんですけどはい、ということでそろそろ今月の EJ 見てみましょう。今月の EJ はジュリア号と言ってもいいぐらい映画だらけではあるんですけれども、
So English journal. Looks very nice. It's all orangey and futuristic. And there's interviews about the new upcoming movie, Blade Runner 2049, and we have interviews with Harrison Ford and Ryan Gosling. Not bad.
いやnot bad じゃなくてもっと褒めてほしいっていう
Looks interesting. So I haven't seen the new movie, Blade Runner 2049 yet, because it's going to come out, I think, from next week.
はいはい。
So a lot of people haven't seen it yet. But I really like the first movie, the first Blade Runner, which was, I think, in 1982. And so the original American neo-noir film, so which is based on this famous novel by Philip Dick, Do Androids Dream of Electric Ship? So I think it was a fantastic movie. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the new one. And I'm very happy that the main actor is the same, Harrison Ford. He's a little bit older, but yeah, I'm glad they're keeping up with the story and they're keeping them original actors as well. Have you seen the movie?
いや僕も見てないです。だってこの収録している本日は10月24日で公開は3日後ですからね。ということでちょっとコメントしがたいっていう。ついに言うと今回のフィルモスコープのゲットアウトも今週末公開なんでもう何も言えねえっていう。これはどうですか？ドリームことヒデウンフィギュアーズの3人のインタビューあるんですけど、この映画見ました？
Sorry, I haven't seen it.
パスこの映画結構面白かったですけどね、すごい内容的にも面白いですし、あともうこの映画すらホワイトウォッシュドって言われてるところがもう非常に勉強になるというか。
Yeah, I don't know much about it.
パス
And what is it all about?
この記事で、楽しい続けられるやる気と脳を鍛えるトレーニング。そういえばジュリアさんって6カ国語使えるんでしたっけ
？Not really. Actually, I can speak English, Russian, and Japanese, but all other three languages are mostly I can read and I can write in German, Hebrew, and Korean, but I don't really speak all of these languages. Well, I think it's completely different when you use the language and when you just read and write in this language. For example, if you take foreign languages exams like Japanese exam or English exam, there is no speaking part in it. So it's enough to understand the text and answer the questions and you will get the highest score. But it doesn't mean you can actually use and speak the language at the same time.
でもとはいえ6言語ってすごいと思うんですけど、 ジュリアさんってなんか語学オタクとかなんですか？
I'm not a language otaku. And I actually hate tests and exams. Yeah, there is this interesting article in English journal, How to Keep Your Motivation. So my answer would be to create a real goal.To have a real goal. So if you have no real goal, it's hard to keep your motivation.
なんか特に見当たらしさはないですけど、その6カ国語を使える人が言うとなんか説得力というか深みがありますね。
In my case, I needed Japanese for my research because I had to watch a lot of old movies and some of them didn't have any English subtitles at all. So I had to watch them entirely in Japanese, and without Japanese ability, it's difficult to understand even a little bit what's going on in the movie.
はいはいはい。いやでもそれ相当レベル高いっていうか、だって僕さっきも言いましたけど、黒沢映画なんて日本語字幕僕でも必須ですからね。
Yeah, it's really difficult. I mean, when you have subtitles, of course you use them, but what if you don't have them? Then you have to sort of stick to your imagination. I don't know. And also there are dialects as well. So it's not standard Japanese. For example, most of the movies are set in Kobe, Osaka, and Kyoto, which means it's not standard Japanese, it's Kansai dialect.
はいはい。
And so I had to study Kansai dialect as well, and I had to make a lot of friends from Kansai region, so to get used to their dialect.
方言問題ね。はいはいはい。
For example, at our school, so be 私の英会話, so there are so many students with different goals, but I think most of the goals are pretty real. For example, parents who want to talk to their children entirely in English so their children can be raised bilingual, or children go into international schools and they have to use English most of the time with teachers and during classes, or for example, people who want to move to another country,
はいはいはいはい。
and couples who want to move to another country. This is a very real goal, so
はいはい。
I can see a lot of students actually doing their best at learning languages, I mean English in particular. Of course, it's important to have a real goal when you're studying languages, but it's also important to have real human contact. And what I mean is to have friends or language pen pals to practice the language with. For example, you have very good level of English, like you're an advanced speaker. But if you don't use the language every day, then you're going to forget it sooner or later. So in order to keep your level, or in order to improve your English, you need friends or pen pals, someone to talk to. Of course, you can talk to your teachers at school, but that's not enough. So you need a lot more practice. For example, in my case, when I started learning Japanese, I had a lot of like online pen pals, like who wanted to like exchange English, Japanese, and I had a lot of friends online and even teachers. So I would always like ask questions anytime and have like a Skype session with them. Then when I was in London, for example, I actually made real Japanese friends, and so we could use like Japanese or English or like exchange languages. So it helped a lot.
一つあれなんですけど、僕みたいなもう大学とかも卒業しちゃったし、ちょっと友達作るの苦手な人間はどうしたらいいんですかね。
Then how about Tinder?
Tinder ですか？ Tinder って写真スワイプする出会い系アプリですよね。
Yes, that's right. Well, actually, it's a dating app.
はいはい。
And but I think in Japan, it has all kind of goals. So it's not just dating, but it's actually there are a lot of people who just want language exchange, and they actually write on their profile like, I want to practice my English, or I want to make friends to practice my English with. So
じゃあ Tinder ってそんなロマンティック目的だけじゃないんですね。ないんですか？
No, it's not only romantic, I think. So, for example, I was looking for a cinematographer, like a person who can film movies. For example, I don't want to pay money. It's more like a collaboration project. So I was looking for friends like who like movies or want to make short movies. So, I find the person on Tinder.
Tinder でカメラマン見つかっちゃうんですか？なるほど。あとあれですね、今回の EJ の記事でもいくつか外国人のその友達を見つけるためのサービスやコミュニティが紹介されてますね。ご興味あればぜひ見てみてください。 まだ若干時間があるんで、一つジュリアさんに聞きたいことがあるんですけど、いいですか？
Yeah, of course.
ジュリアさんってイギリスにいたじゃないですか。ちょっと早いんですけど、この EJ11 月号の最後に12月号の予告が掲載されてまして、来月はこんな特集らしいんですよ。まずい、美味しい、本当はどうなの？英語で知りたいイギリス料理特集。来月は恒例のイギリス特集。美味しくないと言われてしまいがちなイギリス料理の名誉回復に EJ が立ち上がります。一味違った切り口の12月号をお楽しみにって書いてあるんですけど、これ元イギリス住民としてはどうですか？
Yeah, it's really bad. It's true. Yeah, I came to London when I was 10 years old, so very, very long time ago. And so I used to live with the host family, and they used to cook for me. But you know, like when you go out or you go to school, we have to grab a quick snack, or you want to have lunch somewhere. But yeah, it's mostly junk food everywhere, like sandwiches or fish and chips or like jelly deals.
ジャンクフードが多いからってことですか？
Yeah, that's right. It's mostly junk food. But don't get me wrong. I mean, junk food is delicious. Like everyone likes junk food, like French fries, whatnot. But it's not healthy for an everyday meal, and you can't really rely on this every day. So when I was in London, so I used to live with a host family. And yeah, so I put on like 6 kilos, and when I came back home, my mother couldn't recognize me. She was like, "Who the hell are you?" And so eventually she taught me how to cook. And so when I went back to London, I was mostly cooking my own meals.
偉いですね。そこからですか。でもなんか自炊するんだったら食材は美味しいっていう風なことも聞くんですけど、日本でも有名なアンガス牛ってイギリスですよね。
Yeah, that's right, but it's Scotland, which is a little bit different. For example, so there's haggis, so it's kind of famous in Scotland, but I actually didn't hear about it in London.
なるほど。スコットランドまたちょっと違うんですね、ロンドンだと。
Yes, a little bit different. For example, haggis is a pudding containing sheep blood, heart, liver, lungs, minced with onion, oatmeal, spices, and salt. Yeah, I've never tried it, so I don't know.
羊の内臓を羊の胃袋に詰めて茹でた。まあでもきっと美味しいんでしょうね。食べる人が食べたら美味しいんでしょうね。
Yeah, if we look back into the history of British food, then most of the food, including fish and chips, was mostly for working class, so poor people. So it was cheap and affordable, and everyone can buy it. But if you go to the oldest food market in London, named Borough Market, then you can actually find a lot of variety of different food, and Italian and Spanish as well, so Greek and whatnot. Maybe one of the reasons for this kind of variety was because the local food wasn't that good, so people needed something else. Yeah, and I also saw an interview somewhere online, I think. Maybe a lot of local people were interviewed and asked about their favorite food in general, and most of them said that they liked Chinese, Vietnamese, Indian, and only one person out of 20 said he liked English breakfast.
なんかブレックファーストはまたそれは別で有名ですよね。
Yeah, it's quite famous. I mean, it's traditional. It's like omelette and like sausage, bacon. Not healthy at all.
ということで、ジュリアさんの意見的には、イギリス料理はまずくはないけど不健康であるというなんかそれはそれで微妙な結論が出てしまったわけなんですけれども、来月号の EJ にはどのような内容が書かれているんでしょうか。ちなみにジュリアさん、日本食はどうですか？
I think Japanese food is great. Honestly. By great, I mean it's healthy.
はいはいはい。
Yeah, I really like English culture. I mean, I liked my time back in London, but weather and food were not so good, so I used to catch colds all the time.
天気も料理も微妙で体調が悪くなりがち。なるほど。天気はしょうがないですけど、料理のこの差はどういうところから出てくるんですかね？
Well, I think the main difference between like Japanese and British food, like in Japan there is a huge food culture. I mean, like every season there is some kind of special food on the tables. Like people are looking forward to every season because food is different. Like in the winter it's oden, like in autumn it's like Mont Blanc or chestnut, rice with chestnut. But in England there is no food culture. There are other things, but people don't care about food that much. I mean, when they go out, there is a huge drinking culture in England, like pub culture, but food culture maybe not so much.
はいはい。まあ栄養が取れれば何でもいいぜみたいなそういうことなんですかね。まあでも確かにそのロンドンに駐在してた先輩がそのイギリス料理では調理の繊細さはないって言ってましたね。確かに。なんかパスタとかも加熱しすぎてドロンドロンになっててビビったってその先輩が言ってました。一説によるとそのロンドンでのペストの流行以降、とりあえず加熱消毒しとけみたいなそういうノリになったとかっていうね。あとなんか塩コショウはなんかその場で自分でかけるみたいな感じで、下味っていう概念が希薄みたいな。来月の EJ がどのように我々を説得してくれるんでしょうか。楽しみにしたいと思います。といったあたりで勝手に EJ いかがだったでしょうか。ネタ本 EJ11 月号は全国の書店で絶賛発売中。 Kindle だとたった1200円。今月号では B 私の英会話のブルーノさんとのトーク書き起こし記事が掲載されております。またこの秋から英会話頑張りたいという女性はぜひ B 私の英会話を検索してみてください。この番組を聞いて B に入会された方にはスクールから勝手に EJ 特製ノベリティグッズがプレゼントされます。
If you're interested in learning English, please don't hesitate to visit us at B.
教員向け音読管理アプリRepeaTalkも絶賛トライアル中でございます。ということで次回の配信は2017年11月中旬になります。皆さんさようなら。
バイバイ。